Hi, and welcome to another episode of Friendship, Wellness, and Wisdom, the podcast where two lifelong friends get together and discuss a variety of topics. We'll give you tips, tricks, life hacks, and a whole bunch of unsolicited advice. So, thanks for joining us once again. I'm Rachel, and this
And
is.
I'm Heather.
And today we're going to be talking about one of both of our favorites, meditation. So before we get started, I'd like to say thanks for being here. I'd love it if you guys would like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you can see what we're up to and what we're putting out. Also, we'd love to hear from you. So please let us know what you're enjoying, what you're not, and what you'd like to hear from us in the future. All right, so we're going to kick this off. Heather's going to get us started with a little bit about what meditation is and what are some of the different types of meditations that you can do. Okay.
So I want to start off by saying a lot of people, I hear a lot of my clients say, I can't meditate. Meditation is, I can't meditate. I think I'm doing it wrong, et cetera, and so on. So this show is really to help define that and clear that up for you, because just like yoga, there are so many different meditations, and meditation is very personal to you. So that's a really important thing. Just like everything that we talk about, you have to govern yourself and work through that. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to give you a list of different meditations and kind of like just a small blurb of what they are, or what their definition is in the world of meditation. And then Rachel's going to go in and give you some jumping off points. So we have mindful meditation. Mindful meditation is focusing on being present, being in the moment. We talk about being aware and all that stuff. Every episode, we talk about type of meditation and being aware and being in the present. And that's what mindful meditation is. Our last episode, we did talk about LKM, which is love kindness meditation. That's cultivating feelings, cultivating compassion and love, and giving yourself love and kindness to so you can propel yourself in a better way, but also giving other people love and kindness as you meditate. So you can start off with self and then resonate out from there. Rachel has brought this one up in many episodes, is the body scan.
I
And
love, yeah.
yeah,
I use this daily,
yes.
actually.
And so the body scan meditation is really nice because you're laying in a relaxed position, you're comfortable. You could either start from the head to the toes or from the toes to the head. We I think we do it differently. You do toes to head?
I do toes to head. It's
Yes.
it's much easier for me to
Yeah.
get to start relaxing that way. If I kind of start relaxing my head, I don't know why. It's just probably habit more than anything else. So
And I think a lot of people do toes to head. For me as a yoga teacher, I do from head to toes because I direct that way.
okay.
So, um, and so that's really good. And then a visualization meditation is really nice because you use the power of your imagination, creating a peaceful environment around you, creating peace within your mind and your heart. So you can visualize things. You can even look at things on like a serene picture on your computer or something like that, which is really nice. Breath count meditation involves counting your breath, anchoring your mind to develop, which is also a really nice one because if you concentrate on the ins and outs of the breath, it kind of distracts you. So the one thing I want to just say really quick, the key to meditation, or for me, the key to meditation is if I keep my mind busy with counting my breath or scanning my body or whatever,
Yeah.
it helps my mind to not wander somewhere else.
So I
Okay.
want to actually just on this one, especially, I feel like for people who are having a hard time meditating, especially like sitting still to meditate,
Yes.
counting breath meditation is one of the easiest places to start. And honestly, you can start with as little as like 30 seconds just to
Yes.
kind of get yourself used to it.
Mhm.
And you can use this like anytime you just need a quiet moment. So I feel like this is really a great place to start when you're learning to
Right.
meditate.
Yeah. Um, let's see. So the next one we have mantra meditation. So mantra meditation is really finding a mantra, something that you want to cultivate. A lot of people use I am enough. A lot of people use I am love or something like that. I actually go through some of these meditations, mantra meditations in my chakra course because each chakra has the I am, you know, and so um, there's that. And then there's japa meditation. Japa meditation involves, sacred phrases and words. So a lot of times people will, if they're interested in the Sanskrit, which is one of the oldest languages, then they'll repeat the Sanskrit words, shanti, 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 which means peace, 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 things of that nature. And then there's meditation with a mala. So you can use tools to meditate. A mala is a prayer necklace. A mala in Sanskrit means garland. And so it's 108 beads. So you're counting 108 breaths. So you're counting the beads as you inhale and exhale.
Kind
And
of
then that,
reminds me of like a rosary, like
yeah,
going through each one, like the
yep,
same kind of,
yeah.
just because I know a lot of people, that's a good point of reference.
Yeah, a rosary has
Right.
less beads, but yes, just like that. It's the same concept. Um, and then let's see. And then the other thing is, which I don't have here, but it's kind of like the picture meditation, candle meditation, or fire meditation.
Like a
People,
focal. I usually,
yep,
yeah, focal
yep.
meditation.
And so that's really good for people that get distracted easy. They can concentrate on the flame, and because the flame dances. And so it's really nice for people to concentrate on that. So those are the meditations I wrote down and I have in my little toolbox. So,
Okay, so I wanted to take it away with one of the first things that Heather addressed is that a lot of people don't think that they are meditating correctly. So the thing is when you're meditating, you kind of want to get rid of expectations and what correct is and isn't. The point and the focus of meditation is exactly that. It's focus. You're going to slow your mind down, all of your racing thoughts, and you want to be able to focus on one thing, whether it's a whole scene or one word, or using the mala, going through point by point. You're narrowing your focus, and by doing that, it's going to calm your mind, and then it's going to calm your body. So this may be really difficult if you're having a lot of stress or anxieties to get yourself to that calm place.
mhm,
This is something I struggled with. I would literally, when I first started to learn how to meditate, like over 20 years ago, I didn't think I could do it, but I was sure that it was something that I needed in my life. So I started doing more physical meditations. And I started with what was called a journey meditation.
mhm,
And I used tarot cards. So you pick the card, and it's almost like you're going to kind of like visit one of the characters on the cards. And I would get on the treadmill and I would just kind of have the image of what that card was, what it meant. And I would go on a journey as I walked, and it just kind of playing a little scene in my head. And that's what I visualized and focused on as I walked on the treadmill. And then
mhm,
when I was done, I would jot down basically anything that had come to me. There are plenty of ways to do walking meditations, and you can go on to pretty much any streaming service that has meditations and put in walking meditation. and you can listen to a guided meditation as you go for a walk. It is specifically designed to keep you physical and active. Some other great things to do if you need to be physically like to stay focused, you can do Tai Chi, yoga, or Pilates. Now, all of these things link the breath and the body. So you're breathing and you're moving together and succinctly. And especially with Tai Chi, you're moving as a group. So when you're doing Tai Chi is a group activity. So that's when you see like everyone out, like in the park, moving together as one. So even if you're following along with the video, you're syncing up your everything with the group. So this really kind of brings you into focus on your movement, on your breathing, and on everything that's kind of encompassed around you. Yoga, you'll be led through by either like your video or your class or your teacher, and there will be usually meditation at the end of your exercise, which is great. Yes, go ahead.
Can I share a piece about yoga too? So with yoga, when you do yoga by yourself or when you do yoga as a group, the breath is really your focal point. And so you inhale on an expansion and exhale on a compression. And if you do that just in meditation alone, it really helps you. So if I'm bringing my arms up over my head, I'm inhaling. If I'm folding forward, I'm exhaling. So the whole class, kind of like Tai Chi, the whole class is on that breath, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but when you're doing it alone, it's the same thing. Like you just are in tuned with the breath as you flow, right? So as you expand, you inhale. As you compress, you exhale. And when you concentrate on that breath, whether it's Tai Chi, whether it's meditation, whether it's running, walking. I have a
Mm-hmm.
friend that runs. She said that she inhales on like one foot, exhales on the other foot,
Right.
and it
Yeah.
kind of, as her feet hit the concrete, when she's running, it just kind of sinks
It
her
goes from there.
together.
And you can really use it with like any type of exercise, but
Mhm,
I know, like I said, primarily when you're doing yoga, when you're
mhm,
doing Tai Chi, even Pilates, like you breathe, you inhale to prepare and exhale a lot of times on the exertion. And then you can
mhm,
even take it. So I incorporate a lot of yoga moves in my or poses in my stretching or mobility.
mhm,
And then I will do some Pilates as well for strengthening, but I will also do like weight training or just regular exercises with no weight, but strengthening exercises. And you can do the same thing. So, like, inhale to prepare, exhale on the exertion. And if you do that, it's really like such a great feeling because you're really attaching to your workout. You're
mhm.
focused on what your body's doing in the moment. And then you're kind of keeping all those outside distractions outside.
Right.
So you can use almost any kind of exercise to get into a meditative state.
Stay.
And then, so in many ways, a lot of people who think that they're not meditating or can't meditate actually really are. And it's very accessible to a wide variety of people. And that's where I needed to start. I couldn't just sit there. And I would try, as I did that, I would sit very shortly and do the breath counting and
Mhm,
slowly build up. And then I worked my way up to doing body scan meditations because it was easy enough for me to focus. It was something I could feel, and work my way up my body with that. I'm just gonna go into another. I have notes here, so you're gonna like catch me looking at my phone because there were so many points I wanted to hit. All right, so when you're getting started with a meditation practice, and we're always practicing. We've
mhm,
never perfected. We are not professional meditators. When you start your own meditation practice, there's so many meditations to try. So try them, see what you like. I actually love going on and listening to guided meditations. It makes it easy. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. And even some of your simple breath work meditations, you can get them guided. So you can try a meditation app. You can go onto Spotify or onto YouTube, onto Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
whatever your streaming service is. Look up your meditations that you want to give a try. Start with shorter ones. Allow yourself to have time to be quiet and to focus, and try out a few different things. Start
Mm-hmm.
slow. I know too, like sometimes on YouTube, they'll literally have a video of a candle,
Mm-hmm.
like for a and you can literally just look at the candle. Um, as you're learning to meditate, dedicate certain times and places. You want a quiet place where you're not going to be distracted, and give yourself like, you want to start with a minute, start with a minute and slowly work your way up. I have gone into my car because that was the
Mm-hmm.
only quiet place I could find. Sometimes I would just put on headphones
Yep.
and close my eyes, even if I'm like in a crowded space during lunch or whatever, and just give myself that veil. Just allow yourself to not be distracted. Give yourself
Mm-hmm.
that quiet time, a calm place, and you can do it several times a day for short amounts, or you can do it for longer. You don't have to be sitting on the floor with your legs crossed and just the right fingers touching, which
Mm-hmm.
can really enhance a lot of people's practices. Not to discount it, but when you're getting started, you got to do what works for you. Sometimes you're going to be sitting in a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can be laying flat on the floor. Sometimes you're going to be in your bed, and it really just depends on
And
on the day and time.
and the other thing
Yeah,
is, no, sometimes you're going to fall asleep.
yeah, no, and it's fine. Like I've drifted off.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've
Yes.
needed to
Mm-hmm.
meditate to fall asleep, and
Yeah.
it's great. Like so, and that's why I say to no expectations. Different things are
Right.
going to happen with different meditations every single time you meditate. Even
Mm-hmm.
if I do the same meditation every day,
Yeah.
over and over and over again, it's going to be different. It'll be a different experience for me every single time.
So we always go back to giving yourself love and compassion when you do something. And this is one thing or another thing that you should always give yourself love and compassion. If
Absolutely.
you are working on a meditation practice, be kind with yourself. If you're doing something that's good for yourself and then you're going to beat yourself up for doing something that's good for yourself, it's no longer good for you.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Sorry. I
All
just
right.
wanted to
So
get
the
that
other
in
thing
there.
I have, a lot of people like want to know what to wear. It doesn't really matter. I mean, the more comfortable you are, depending on what type of meditation you're doing,
Mhm.
then dress for that. If you're going for a walk, have your sneakers on, be in your comfy clothes. If you're doing a body scan, I've done body scan meditations just to kind of see where I'm at and what I'm feeling where. Like some days we get so caught up and our mind starts racing. And so I've done like quick body scan meditations at work while I'm in the thick of just like the chaos, just to see where I'm at and like
Mhm.
what I'm feeling where. So, I could be in my work clothes, or I can be doing the same thing lying in my bed and I'm in my pajamas. So you're gonna, whatever, like wherever you are, whatever you're doing, it's all fine.
Mhm.
It's a very accepting practice. So, and again, I'm going to bring this up again. Let go of your expectations. Every meditation, every time will be a little bit different. You're going to have some days where your focus is great and you're having like a wonderful relaxing time, and other days you're going to last like a minute or two and you're going to get distracted. That's fine. It is what it is that day. Move on with what you need to and maybe come back to it later on. And you may have a completely different experience 2 hours down the road or at the end of the day. All right, super important benefits of meditation. And I'm sure we're going to bounce back on this. But one of the biggest things that this does is it reduces stress.
Mhm.
And one of the biggest reasons that it reduces stress is it reduces the amount of crazy thoughts that you have going through your head. When you bring your focus in and you're focusing on one simple thing, your mind does not have time to be fielding everything that's going on around it. And if it starts to, then you bring it back into that focus. And the more you do that, the more of a snowball effect it has. It builds and builds and builds. And the easier it becomes to stop all that noise and to bring that focus into that one spot, which less thinking, less stress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we, there's actually like either, there's something that like a meme or something. Stop. Excuse me while I overthink this.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that could be a mantra. Like,
And so overthinking really, really gets, gets you stuck because you
mhm.
overthink it and then you kind of dwell on it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So one of the next, and I love this. So it improves concentration. So the more you're learning to focus, the more it spills over into other aspects of your life, and the easier it then becomes to focus on the other things in your life. And so instead of getting distracted, or if you feel yourself slipping away, getting carried away, you can stop, focus on your breathing, focus on your work, whatever task you have at hand. And the more you practice that, the easier it becomes. And then you start doing it without even really thinking about it, which is really nice. That's something that's really helped me out a lot. And I love reading these benefits sometimes because it gives me a reminder of like, oh yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
I can do this even when I'm not like like in the middle of my meditation to bring myself to where I need to be to focus.
Which it
Super helpful.
also goes to the thought process of, though we think we can multitask, you're not really multitasking. I mean,
You really can't.
you're physically multitasking, but you're not mentally
Well, and
multitasking.
you're not getting anything done when you multitask. That's the thing. Like you're better off most of the time doing one thing,
Mm-hmm.
do it well,
Yeah.
finish it, and then move on.
Right.
So, all right. So we're gonna it enhances your overall health, like physical and emotional health. Why? Back to number one, you're reducing stress. The less stress you have in your life, the better you feel. And then when you feel better, you're going to be more active. You're going to make better choices. You're going to eat better. You're going to think better thoughts. And that is going to affect your emotional, your mental, and your physical health.
And the other thing is our brains never stop working, right? Our brains are so when we sleep, when you're dreaming, when you're sleeping, your brain is filing everything that you've taken in the day, even things that you don't realize that you've consumed, took
Oh,
in through your
good.
brain.
Yes.
And so when you meditate and you kind of help the brain focus, I tell everybody you can either control your mind or your mind can control you. Those are the only two options you have. That's it.
This is true.
And so the reality is when you meditate, you're kind of helping you're kind of guiding your brain to relax and calm down and actually pinpoint certain things instead of, because your brain's job is to file, keep you safe and everything like that. So
You're
yeah,
choosing your thoughts. Like
right.
you're consciously choosing what you're
Mm-hmm.
thinking about and what you're focusing on. Because the thoughts, we have thoughts that randomly pass all the time. It's
Mm-hmm.
the thoughts that we choose to focus on that really create our reality and create what we're feeling.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if you change, if you're having thoughts that you can change that and focus in. I just want to. Okay. You can help control pain with meditation again because you're going to bring your focus to your breath. You're going to bring your focus. The more relaxed you are, the more at ease you are, the more you can let go, the more your brain can pick up on those other things. Slows your body, like reduces muscle tension,
Mm-hmm.
reduces anxiety, increases circulation, and all which can help. Now, do I recommend if you are in severe pain that you just meditate and don't go to the doctor?
No,
Absolutely not. Go to
no.
the doctor, but you can use meditation as an adjunct
Mm-hmm.
to pain relief. So
Right.
just always, always, if medical attention is needed, always, always get some. Um, So, I mean, there's so many benefits. And as you meditate, you'll learn what the biggest benefits are for you. Let's see.
I do like the one that it helps fight addiction. I
It
like that one.
does. And
Um,
I wasn't going to bring that up only because I don't know enough about that to put it in there, and I didn't feel comfortable speaking about that because I'm not sure what ways it can really do that. I mean, I guess I did quit smoking, so
yeah.
definitely helpful for that.
So I can speak to the addiction piece of it only because of food disorder.
Hmm,
And so it has helped me in that aspect.
okay.
So, yeah, so our brains kind of, our brain and our body don't fully connect all the time. And so when um, when you focus the brain on parts of the body, like the scanning meditation, it
Hmm.
really helps the brain and the it. And I'm talking about food addiction. I'm talking about food disorder. For me, it helped connect the brain to whether I was truly hungry
Okay.
or not hungry, or whether I was eating out of stress
Okay.
or things of that nature. So I can speak to that.
Absolutely. It's very easy to disconnect. I think what happens to a lot of us is our lives are super busy,
Hmm.
and we get so concerned and so consumed with go, 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 get it done, that our body and our brains are sending us signals that we are
Hmm.
choosing to ignore
Right.
over and over and over again. And by doing that, it kind of, we lose a connection. We lose that knowing and understanding of what our body is trying to tell us. And that's one of the great things about meditation is if you're focusing in, and again, I'll bring it back to like that body scan. Um, we're going to pick up on that. One of the exercises I love to put out there, and I've done a few TikToks on it. I've put it out as a reel, is literally just a daily self check-in. And this is the bite-sized version of the body scan.
Hmm.
So you're gonna sit, you're gonna notice what you're feeling. So you close your eyes, take a few breaths, and focus in. See how your body itself feels. And then notice, am I hungry? Am I
Hmm.
thirsty?
Right.
Do I need to move my body at all? Right? Have I been sitting in the same position for so long? Like, is my jaw clenched?
Hmm.
Are my shoulders up here? Is my brow furrowed? You know, do I need to pee? Like, how many times like you're in a zone and you're working like so hard and you finally come out of it and
Hmm.
you're like running for the bathroom because like your bladder is so full and you were paying no attention. Or you've gone like hours and hours and hours without eating or drinking anything. And now all of a sudden you've done all this work, you're hunched over, your shoulders are in your ears, you're completely dehydrated, and you're like, and now you've got a throbbing headache because you didn't stop and listen when your body said, hey, you need to eat something.
Right.
Hey, you
Yep.
need to drink something. Girl, you need a pee. So I really, that is like one of my favorite things to do. And I literally just call it a daily self check-in. And it should be done multiple times throughout the day. Like,
Mhm.
pick your task. And the second your task is done, or check in with yourself. And the funny thing is after a while, your body will know that you're paying attention again, and you'll get these signals again, even if you're in the middle of something, and you'll
Mhm.
stop and you'll
Yep.
get up and you'll address your needs,
Right.
which is really amazing. Because I mean, I managed to ignore a lot of my own needs for years
Hmm.
until I made myself so unhealthy, I had no choice.
Right. Mhm. You were like,
I had
wait,
to
what?
start addressing them. So yeah.
Yeah. And don't get us wrong. Everybody gets caught in the moment of whatever you're doing. Like, I can tell you,
Yeah.
and I'm super self-aware of myself, But there are times where because I meditate with art, I'll meditate to a point of almost like a zone where I lose hours. I lose hours. And then I finish a art piece and I come back and I'm like, wow, I've been working on this for 4 hours and I haven't drank, ate, gone to the bathroom, whatever. And I am truly in meditation. Like I am like in a deep meditation. So each meditation gives you something different.
For
So
sure.
that's important for you to know too, because don't think that you're going to do a walking meditation or a scanning meditation or a mala meditation or a japa meditation and get the same, like you're not getting, you're not going to feel the same with any of them.
No.
And you won't feel the same if you do a walking meditation today and a walking meditation
Meditation
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
It's not the same. So know that even though it's not the same, you're not doing it wrong.
Yeah, that's really
Even
important.
Yes, even if you can't shut your mind off with the flying in thoughts, because thoughts fly in. That's what happens. I can't tell you how many times I've been in Shavasana and I'm thinking of my grocery list, what I
It's
have to
always
get
the
at the
grocery
store.
list. Why is
Yes.
that?
Yeah. What I have to
I
get at
think I
the
have a food
store.
obsession, but that's just
Yeah, exactly. What I have to get at the store. What do I have to do next? Blah, 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 blah. And the reality is if you note them, okay, I know I have to go to the store after this. That's noted. Moving on.
yeah,
You could pick it up when you're done.
push
It's
it off.
not going anywhere. You can pick it up. And so just know that when you do something with love and compassion for yourself, and meditation is one of those things, you have to just be kind with yourself. It's so important because the kinder you are with yourself, the kinder you are with others. And it just kind of is that cycle. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. So I'd like to just challenge anyone out there, if you heard something that you like, you want to try, just if you have Spotify, if you have YouTube, if you
hmm,
have an Amazon account,
audible.
go on there. Yeah, Audible. Go on
Hmm.
there and just check out what types of meditation they have on there and see how you'd like to use it for yourself. There's usually, you can usually get like super short 5-minute meditations to much longer meditations too. They'll do just meditation music that'll go on for like 11 hours.
Hmm.
Um, there's so much out there. So just go take a look, see what you like, try a few things, and then try a few more.
Yeah, yeah,
You really have nothing to you really have nothing to lose and everything to gain by this. So yeah, just give it a try. See how you
yeah.
like it. You might really surprise yourself.
Right.
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. So go out there, experiment, have fun with this, try different things,
Yes.
and come back next week and watch us again.
Yay.
And tell us how much you loved it, please, in the comments. Go in, tell us what kind of meditation you tried and how much you liked it, didn't like it, and what you might want to try next. Maybe we'll have
Yeah, and
suggestions for you.
and if you have suggestions of other meditations that we didn't mention,
Yeah,
we would like to
drop
try
it in
them.
the comments.
So, all right. Till next week. Bye.
Bye.